What's up, guys? My name is KhaoticK, back at you guys with a little one today. We're coming at you with a new review here, and this one is going to be for 2C-EF. Now, this is a very, very obscure 2C research chemical compound, and, you know, previously 2CB used to actually be a research chemical, but yeah, this one, boy, yeah, we're gonna get into this here. Hope you guys just stay high, stay lifted, and let's get into the video. So, 2C-EF. I'm not really sure when this was first synthesized. You know, it's not really lodged in my memory there, but I would take a guess. I think it was synthesized around like definitely before the 2000s. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not really entirely sure, but yeah, it's actually been around for a little bit. However, all of a sudden now they wanted to synthesize it, I guess, or I got access to it. Either way. This one was very, very active, by the way. So 5 milligrams felt like 20 milligrams of 2CB, bro. And it lasted up to 12 fucking hours. So not only did you get, you know, 2CB feeling effects, it felt like acid, bro. It felt very, very similar to acid because it lasted almost as long as acid. There was definitely after effects after 12 hours. Definitely could fill that up to probably 16 hours. So yeah, you're probably going to be feeling effects up to like at least 16 hours. But it really only lasts 12 to 16 hours. So yeah, it's very, very similar to LSD in that regard. And I'm gonna get into the introspection of the trip. So it was very more like sedating. It was couch locking, a lot more in your head, kind of a mind high. You know, it wasn't too fucking crazy, but it was also very uncomfortable as well. I'll admit. I'm not entirely sure, but if your body's already tense going into the trip, it's going to make it worse. But yeah, there was definitely muscle tension on this research chemical here. And 2C-EF, yeah, I don't know. I've never tried any other 2C research chemical. So yeah, I only have 2CB to compare it to. But I'm pretty sure it's more comparable to the other longer acting, you know, 2CB-like compounds. So yeah. And the mind space was a lot more retrospective, man. Like, it just made you reflect on your life a lot more than 2CB. Way more of a headspace. With 2CB, there's no headspace. With this one, it was a massive headspace, bro. And it felt a little bit uncomfortable, like a little bit hard to navigate. So I would definitely not try this until you're experienced with psychedelics because, again, that slight uncomfortable feeling could, you know, overreach there and you could be on a bad trip. So watch out. And do not take 10 milligrams your first time, bro. Okay? Take at least 5 milligrams. Take the lowest dose possible because this one is active in the milligram range, bro. So be really careful. If you have the powder of it, for instance, and if you have pills, make sure you know what's in the pill and what it's dosed at. But yeah, 2C-EF felt very euphoric as well. Very enlightening. Very soulful. Like, it just felt very spiritual in a good way, not in a fake, artificial way. And not like in a forced way like MDMA's high or, you know, like for instance that. It felt a lot more connected. And yeah, I was like watching the sky, bro. It was actually a pretty nice day. It was partly cloudy, so it was sunny enough. And yeah, I had a good time, bro. I felt really great. Okay, I was basically sky gazing there. And yeah, I had some patterns. There was some closed-eyed visuals, open-eyed visuals. They looked similar to acid, but they had like the 2CB kind of like, you know, visual hue. I don't know, really weird, but it felt very similar to acid. I like that. A lot more uncomfortable than acid, obviously. But either way, if you're going into a trip, you have a lot of muscle tension. Like, I work out. So, like, if you're someone that works out, you tend to have a lot more muscle tension anyway. And that could affect your trip. I'm serious. Because I feel night and day if I forget to massage before the trip. Like, I have a massage gun. But yeah, basically, if you go into it tense, obviously, it's not going to be that good. So, keep a benzo on hand, just in case you overdose on this one. Because, like I said, bro, I was not expecting myself to trip on 5 milligrams, okay? And yeah, it was pretty nuts, man. I had almost no psychedelic tolerance. I kind of slowed down with the psychedelic use a little bit. But yeah, this one in particular just felt great, okay? Very novel. It felt like something new to my brain even, yeah. And I've done a lot of shit, so it's interesting. Yeah, these chemicals, they can feel pretty different, man. They create a new memory in your memory bank, in your brain. So pretty interesting stuff. I would say that 2C-EF definitely gets a 10 out of 10 actually from me. I liked it a lot. Or actually, I'll be a little more modest. That should be like at least 9 out of 10. Okay. Dock at one point because it was a little bit uncomfortable. And that tends to be the way, you know, the longer acting psychedelics kind of feel. They're a little more uncomfortable, a lot more uncomfortable of a come up, a lot more of a pronounced come up, a longer come up even. And The peak takes about 4 hours probably to hit into the duration, I would say. But felt very nice, okay? If you have access to it, please pick it up. It's about to be banned, by the way. So you really only have a few weeks to get that shit, okay? Yeah, it's going to be banned. It's probably never going to be around again. So this one is going to be very rare, bro. Very rare. But anyways, yeah, to give an indication how rare it's going to be, it's going to be more rare than 2CI, 2CE, yeah. But, or maybe not. Who knows? Maybe someone will come back with it one day, even though it's banned, you know. Hint, hint. I guess they'll get around that maybe if they wanted to. But, you know, it is what it is if they want to do that. So, yeah, keep that in mind when looking for this compound. It's not going to be around much longer, bro. So if you get access to it, you're a lucky son of a bitch. Yeah, so 2C-EF, very great compound. I would say that definitely, if you like 2C compounds, this one would be one for the books, bro, for you. You would enjoy it 1,000-fold, okay? You would definitely do that because I can't really say enough about it, bro. All right, you know, I can make a whole video about it again. I liked it a lot. And that's really saying something, okay? Usually these new psychedelic compounds, they're so similar to the other that you don't really know what's really different sometimes in the high. But I definitely know that this one felt very, very, very different than 2CB, obviously. And that extra duration really helps kind of make it a lot more soothing, like in a weird way, bro. It's like, again, it's like couch locking. You have almost no energy on this. It's a little bit energetic, I think, but other than that, it's pretty sedating. It's pretty interesting. It's very akin to like 4-ACO DMT, where that kind of stones you, sedates you, couch locks you. Very similar, actually. I just realized. So that's a good comparison, actually. So yeah, it's gonna be like that stony kind of vibe, which is great. I mean, if you're into reflecting on your life and where you are, where you're gonna go, definitely do that. Definitely do that. I do vouch for that shit. It helps. It definitely does. But yeah, so again, this compound, definitely awesome, bro. I loved it a lot. And Alexander Shulgin actually mentioned it, I think, in his book. He did know about it. I believe he might have synthesized it. I'm not entirely sure, so don't take my word for that. But let me know in the comments if you did. I want to know. But I did take a brief look at that. That's why, you know, because it's so rare, like there's not much information on it. I believe Alexander Shulgin either synthesized it or wrote the potential for it. Like he knew it could be hypothesized and created one day, but he didn't do it or something. So someone else did it, I think. I'm not sure, but very interesting compound, okay? And very novel, okay? So if you ever get a chance to get this, please hold on to it for dear life, man. You might want to keep that for years, bro, like decades and shit, centuries. Because, I don't know, maybe the synth is kind of a little more complicated, but yeah. Anyways, very interesting compound. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if it weren't for the uncomfortable little bit of a come up there. Very tense, very uncomfortable. Do have to throw that there. Also, the long duration, you know, be mindful of that, okay? Don't think it's going to be like 2CB, bro. It's going to feel like it, but it's going to last way longer. It's going to feel way more like LSD. So be prepared for being in your head, potentially. But yeah, I would say this one puts you in your head a lot more than even acid, bro. So be mindful of that. Like I said, this is one where you'd have to be experienced with the 2C compounds at least, or, you know, psychedelics like LSD, DMT, shrooms, because you need to be prepared for the uncomfortableness of a trip. You know, those are really good, you know, stepping stone drugs there to test that out. So yeah, just, again, can't say that enough. I was surprised when it hit me with only 5 milligrams, bro. And you know what saved me, bro? I was about to take the whole one, but I saw a report online that said 5 milligrams had them tripping balls, right? And I was like, okay, yeah, I've got to be safe. And boy, bro, I'm glad I didn't take the whole one because I don't know, bro. I could have had a bad time. Not gonna lie. Although I'm not really want to have a bad trip, but you never know. I don't really want to feel uncomfortable on a trip, so I didn't want to make it any worse. So, but anyways, 2C-EF, very interesting compound. Give it a try, and leave it down in the comments if you guys have heard of it, have access, and if you guys have ever done it. You know, I really want to know your experiences personally, and you know, write it down in the comments. Also, join my harm reduction and substance Discord. Join my channel as a member for exclusive benefits, videos early, and other perks and prizes and benefits, bro. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys will stay high, stay lifted, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.